Hello and welcome back to Cities Skylines, the UK series and the city or town currently of Affenford. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. Today, as you can see on the title, we're going to be doing something pretty cool. It's going to be a multi-part thing, so you're going to have to tune in for a few episodes to see this actually work. And that is, I'm going to try and get sort of a more UK feel to the city, because as I've been building it, it's sort of spreading out from a central point, and that central point you can see is roughly south of that roundabout. If you look south of the roundabout itself, that's sort of the central point where it's starting to sprawl out from. Now, whilst that's true in UK cities that we spread out from a central point in sort of a circular fashion, the other thing we tend to do is absorb little villages along the way, and there are lots and lots of villages in the UK. London, for example, has absorbed many villages and townships and hamlets and whatever other names you want to call for a small town, a small group of houses, I suppose. London has absorbed a lot of them, and that's how it's grown in its certain way. And therefore you've got certain roads going in a certain way, and it's just very, very British. A lot of cities across the United Kingdom have done this. They have absorbed other towns, and little, like I said, little hamlets and things like that have become part of a greater city. That's what I want to do in this series. However, to do that, I need villages. So, in this episode, we're going to be working on the road network, getting some villages. Now, you might notice some little white dots all over the screen. Do not adjust your monitors. It's not a problem with your monitor. Those white dots are little lights that I've placed in some of the locations where I am going to place a village. And the ones we're going to be working on today, potentially if we get onto it after we get the roads in, are going to be the ones right near the road, the main road that is on the south, I say island, it's not really the south island, but the south side, predominantly the southwest side of this actual map. So we're going to get rid of that road, we're going to replace it with something more British, and then we're going to start getting these roads out and sort of just start fixing this. So there we go, I've blabbered on for long enough. Might as well roll the intro and actually get on with it. Now, the other thing you might notice is I've got lots of these dots with districts. Actually, all of those are going to end up as villages, and you can see they're everywhere. I haven't put the lights in each. I will put the lights in each one just so that it looks better whilst we're making this video. How am I going to do that though? That's the big question. I've also got a bunch of mods enabled, or should I say built up. This is going to be difficult. No, it's not. Hold on, one of the mods that I've got should help me with this. Which mod is it? District names. As you can see, all the district names seem to be messed up. I don't know what's going on. I can actually adjust this mod to do that for me. This mod is called Toggle It. Toggle It. I've got a lot of it mods. We'll go for district names, district icons, borderlines. Oh, would it not be borderlines? This is borderlines, right? So that's D. Or not. Okay, well apparently I can't do that. Never mind then. Suppose I need to actually find the district and place them in. Alright, well I'm not going to do that then, that's going to take too long. But, as you can see, if I bring the districts back up and get rid of that, shrink it down please, thank you. You can see there are a lot of villages that I wish to place along and in this area, and then the city can grow and include all of those villages. However, what we're going to do right now is use the outside connections mod with the 81 tiles to replace this road. This road is not great, and I've figured out that I can have it replaced. So what we're going to replace it with? Well, There's only one thing we can replace it with. And that is... This is loud. Oh, thank you Windows 10 for your rubbish on-screen display. Right. That's going to be annoying. What I'm going to replace it with is... Ooh. I think I should replace it with this. Now, I'm sure we can use multiple variants of this, but for now we'll just go for this. And which side do I really want to place this on? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to toggle the terrain, and we'll see from the terrain where we really should be having this road go. So you can see we have a dip there. Now, alternatively, if I was to swing the road around here, look, if I was to swing the road around here and along here, we would avoid that entire section, which would be, that would be far more realistic in Britain. It's just follow the contours of the hills as best as possible, and we wouldn't really need to do this. This would be unnecessary. And of course, because this is a rural road and it's going to be a country road, country roads tend to get or tend to go everywhere. So we're going to start here. So what we need to do is we need to click from outside here and bring it in. And we'll start with, I think we should just start with a fairly straight road. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this because I've done that all wrong. The other thing that's really important to do here is ensure that zoning is off. Let's try that again. I'm actually going to go for the 12 meter one now. There we go. I've decided I'm going for the 12 meter one. No zoning, no pillars, no zoning, I believe is the correct thing to do. Right, let's try that again. There, we'll go for that. We'll start with that. Is that the one with cat's eyes? I don't know if that's the one with cat's eyes. It's not even with cat's eyes. I've got this all wrong. I want cat's eyes on it. I don't know whether people abroad know what cat's eyes are. I'll show you them because I should be able to. Go down here. You should be able to see through the fog. Something in the... it won't show you right now, will it? I'll have to try and figure out how to show you this better. But it's in the middle of the road and it lights up. That's all you need to know. It doesn't light up, it reflects. Right, I'll be proper about it. Right, contours. Bring them up. Let's figure out where our road is going to go. So do we need the road to... Now ideally I could bring the road around along here. That's a fairly nice place. Look, along here. That's looking quite nice. And forget this entire section. This is just rubbish. So I'm going to do that. So we're going to follow the... So we're going to swing this road off in this direction. Nice and gently. I've done it again. Right, you know what, I'm going to try and use this zone anarchy to ensure that, regardless of anything, no zoning occurs. There we go. That should help me. Do that. And no pillars. And no zoning, just in case. There we go. Okay. Let's go. Third time lucky. Now... this road is going to have to be very nicely done. We want it to go around here and then curl in, so we'll do that. We're going to try and follow the curvature nice and gently, like that. Probably have a warning for a zigzag here. And then, how are we going to do this? Ah, I see. I see a possibility here. If I do that and then across, that should join onto another set of contours. And then I can use... Right, which contour can I use here? I'll do this. I'll follow that around. that around. And then I'll use that set of contours to gently bring me up the slope. And then like that. This is going alright. And now we've got to try and... Now this is the difficult part. I've got to try and get myself up this hill with ease. Actually, I could just do this. Could we manage to make that go straight up? Could manage to do that. Now you see, you can see a slight embankment there. That's the only annoying part. I suppose I could use the move it tool to help me. And now for this side, what do I need to do? Do I want to go down into that valley? I probably do. As a matter of fact, this entire road is going to get in the way. I would rather go down into the valley and then follow... Okay, that's not quite... Yeah, okay, I've got it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this around. Probably try and ease my way up. There we go. It's not perfect, but I'm easing my way up so that I can... Tight corner. Oh, there's one of the... I knew I left... when I was planning this, I stuck aircraft around. And that's one of the aircraft. I was going to place a village there, I guess. Well, that's going to become a village then. Sure. There you go. I had stuck aircraft around and that was to help me. And then I realised that, hang on a minute, it's better if I light the place up. And then I realised, hang on a minute, it's better if I just use districts. Right. Now, where is this going to go? I need it to... How do I get out of... Ah, it smooths out very much so here. So this is my chance to bring it back down. Okay, where's... This isn't going to help. That's going to be horrible. It's managing. It is managing. It's not as horrible. There we go. That's doing alright. And then we can just go... I say fairly straight. I feel like no. I feel like we're going to do that and then go fairly straight here. And then... Right. I think this needs to be like that. Okay. And now we have a level crossing, and this is going to be important because level crossings are important. To keep this angle on the level crossing though, that's going to be an awkward one. There we go. How does that look? It's a level crossing. That's okay. That will do. Now smoothly back up the hill. This is going to be a problem. So my alternative is to go out here and follow that line around. Then how do I get out of it? I can't really. Once I'm up there, there's no way out. Okay, well once I'm up there, I suppose that's what I'm going to do then. I'll work my way up there. And then figure out a way out from here. Now this is costing me, of course. This is costing me a lot of money, which is why I saved up a huge chunk of money for this very episode. I left this game running for quite a while. I think I can do this. I think that's reasonable. We also need to add a lot of forests in. Cutting along there is also going to be reasonable. That's working. That's actually working. Now this part is where it's going to get interesting once again. I feel like I should go around there. We're almost at the end of this. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And this is roughly how it was done in the UK anyway. We followed contour lines as best as we possibly could. That one. That's the one I want to move over to. There we go. Not cutting through anything just not cutting through things in general. Right. Now, I like this road staying up here, and so I'm going to keep it up here. I've decided that the road is nice up here. Okay, so this is our final path, which I know is going to be rather wobbly. Please tell me that leads out. Yes, it does. And it's a bit high up. It's alright, it comes in from a hill, leaves on a hill. So what? This is actually, I'm going to have to bring this one down slowly, aren't I? There we go. And then out it goes. Okay. Let's have a look at this. There's our road. Let's get out of the area that's foggy. There's our road. It's not terrible. That's not terrible at all. As a matter of fact, looking at that... Oh, there you go. You can see the cat's eyes now. I wonder if I lit one of them up like so... Oh, it doesn't work. Would the sun from the other side be lighting them up? Ah, yes, it is. Look. There you go. You can see the cat's eyes actually lit up with the reflection from the sunlight. So that's how cat's eyes work. So at night, when a vehicle's going over them, it just lights up the road. I don't know how many countries have these. As a matter of fact, though, that looks rather nice. Overall, this looks like a very... I mean, up on a hill, this all has to become trees. That it's a guarantee. That all has to end up trees. Down there, though, down there we could see farmland. The possibilities here. This feels like a road I would drive on. This does feel like a road I would be driving on. This is good. This is very nice. I like this. It's quite British too. It follows the path, goes up and down. We'll probably need to put some signs up here. This is quite a sharp turn. It's a very sharp turn, actually. Cutting through. This is proper. We just need to put trees and farms and all of that kind of stuff. But this is very much what I would expect from one of these roads. Alright, super. Right, next up, what we need to do is I'm going to continue going up this road. See, up this hill. This is something you wouldn't get too much of, but of course, eventually you do have to find your way up a hill or down a hill, and this is what we end up with. I don't know where to take a picture of this. Well, apparently I'm going to be moved back there. This is really, really... It's not often I say that something that I've made is going to look really nice, but that does. I'm going to take a screenshot there. Right. Next up, what we need to do is take a look at... Well, let's take a look at the road. Where's the road? Does it... I've forgotten how to... Well, you can't actually see the road unless you look carefully, but there it is. Winding its way through the mountains there. Or through the hills along there. That is very, very British. I'm happy with that. Right. Next up, we need to... I was going to say, are we at the end of this episode? But I think we've got about 10 minutes left. Next up, with this, we need to check where the nearest village is to this. There it is. Done. So, this area is going to become one of our villages. It should be pretty interesting. So, this is where I decided to have a village. Why did I decide here? Ah, it was this flat area up here, but since we're now here, we're just going to have the village going through here. It's going to be a really nice view from the village too. Just look at that. Going down, there's a city down that way. That's going to look pretty nice. Now, in a village in the UK, we don't have that many houses at all. In fact, we have very little in the way of houses. It could be 3, 4, could be 10. But there's not a lot, and then the village will eventually grow. So with this, I am going to try and get some old-style housing in. The first thing I need to do is I need to ensure that we have this one now set up for rural village. I think that's the one. No, this one. Correction. That's the one I want. And what we need to do is we need to replace a certain section. For example, I'll say that section and that section. I should really have zoning back on. Let's try that again. There we go. That section and that section with... Actually, we'll do that. There you go. That's the village. So they'll pop into here, slow down, go through the village, and then speed right back up again and continue on their merry way. Now, in addition to that, of course, we need to build a road. We need to have another road. That's going to allow us to expand this village just a little bit. And the road I'm going to do is... can we do a diagonal road? And see what that does for us. No, let's not do a diagonal road. Let's be a little bit sensible about this. Let's just do a road like that. That will do. We'll have another road that perhaps is not quite as easy to get into like that, and then just loops behind to do that. There we go. That's the entire village. Nothing more. And then what we need to do is we need to add village buildings. Now, a couple of things that we need to do before that. So we need to ensure that we're going to somehow get water over to this place, and we need to get sewage over here. Now, I was thinking of hooking that up to this main central network. However, I think it might be better... Where is it? Hello? Oh, there it is. I think it might be better to, whilst we can use the pylons, hopefully, I'm not sure about the water supply and how we're going to do the water supply, or indeed even do the That's an interesting one. I just don't know, and that's something I need to be thinking about. But whilst we're waiting, or whilst I'm thinking, should I say, I'm just going to go find it. Type in not rural, village, and you'll see here that I've got a bunch of village things. So we've got a village train station, which looks awesome. Well, we're definitely going to have train stations, but we've also got some housing for the village, which is what we're going to be dumping in now. So this sort of housing would probably go up here. This is where we'd find houses like this. Perhaps with a little bit of a a frontage as well. So I'm going to place this house in here, and we'll place I'll place maybe a couple of houses like that. We're just going to place 2 houses in, maybe a third over here. On this side, we're going to pop in. Actually, we'll put the village shops down over here. So we're going to have a few village shops here. There's one. There's a whole house. Let's stick an entire house in. Perhaps another. Actually, we can't stick an entire house in there. We'll do that, and perhaps we need to keep these small. I forgot about that. Not that. British, please. I think that could do quite nicely. And then over here we could probably have a small village. Actually, let's stick a village hall in on at the end here. Why not? There you go. You've now got a village hall, and we've also got any more housing? Sure. So let's stick a 1, 2 houses. What's that? A village shop? Is that a corner shop? We'll throw a corner shop in here. No, okay. Here. There you go. And a large village house just at the end, like so. That should be it. That should be the entire village. Now, of course, it's going to take a while for this village to grow. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this right now. Then we're going to see the village grow so we can see what it's going to look like. Ignore the problems, and then I can load back in and go from there. So I'm going to just pop that in there. And let's watch this village grow right now. Oops. Very quickly. Here comes the village. And you can see the problems have started. But we will deal with the problems, and this will eventually be. Actually, we could probably put something else there. But this will be what the village is going to look like. So you'll drive in. There'll be some houses, some trees. You know, if you turn down this road, you'll see a little bit more of a village. And that will be it. If you come up here, there'll be some nice housing. Maybe a couple more houses here, and that's about it. That's all that this village shall contain. And you can see, at the moment, not great, but it will build up. And in the next episode, that's exactly what I am going to be doing. So we're going to actually work on this village and sort out some of the issues, add some decorations, and make it actually look more like a UK village. But that's about right for the sizing. That's about right for the number of houses as well. We'll make liberal use of the Move It mod and see what we can do. See what we can do from there. Where does this slow down? It slows down here. Now we could in theory have another 1 or 2 houses just here, but I think that would be sufficient. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think that would be sufficient for a small village, and we're going to have loads of those dotted around. On oh look, there's another aircraft. What do you know? It's not something I expected. Yep, that's where I was going to stick another village. Well, that's not bad actually. We could actually create the road, bring that one down, and then just loop it around to another tiny little village here, and you know, bring this slightly further up and have another village there, and that's how it's going to work. So that's what's going on. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, complete with that notification bell to see more episodes. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think, and also if you really can support me on this channel and do enjoy the videos, do consider supporting me on Patreon. Again, link is in the description box below. For my Patreon channel, that's www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. Also, you can find me on social media at ecgadgetLP for both Twitter and Instagram. The next couple of episodes are going to be detailing this village and showing you how I do certain things using the move it tool and the find it tool and all the it tools. And what else is there? I think that's about it. Yeah, all the it tools, and also putting down some signs and things like that. Once that's done, I'll probably do a couple of videos or a video where it's time-lapse, where I actually start putting all the other villages in. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys next time in City Skylines and the city of, well, actually this village of Affenford on the Hill.